Dear diarrhea, diary full of shit, display log, me, myself, and I, no one else, yo, I'm so legit. I stumbled across this video, I'm not sure, I think it was a few days ago. Drunk Navy SEAL, I don't remember the title, there's probably a few different, what have yous, but basically, I believe it's in Reno, Nevada, because the dude's all and he's a former SEAL, and he's drunk, and he's like sniffing in his own farts, and he's high on his own, shit. He's probably drinking his own piss, like quite literally. I was a SEAL, I'm a monster of a man. And he is a beast. He's got, he's all physiqued out. His arms could be a little bigger. He's real big on his chest, obviously. He probably does his chest naked with an erection while looking at himself in the mirror. And he does like all different stuff. He'll do like the slow. He'll do the go-to failure. It go real fast, just he's like, yeah, I was a SEAL. And he looks to be a tall motherfucker too. He's probably pulling, he's probably 250 pounds of like solid muscle, sinuate or whatever it's called, and gristle, That dude gets a hold of you, you better think of something fast, quick, and in a hurry. How to either escape or hurt him bad. Either like so he can't fight no mo's, or he's gonna want to let you go. Start breaking his fingers back, grab his balls and start to twist. That is a dangerous boy right there. So, as I talk all tough, about another man, because men can be very capable creatures, most of them are, like even your fighters and stuff, your plock 'em, sock 'em, there's your UFC dudes, trained fighters, they got skills to pay the bills, they got the technique, they see that opportunity, they zip on in there and get you. They know, always committed. Okay, he's coming in on the offense, I got him. Yow! Fight's over. Tap. Okay. Can't get out of this. And then there's dudes like that and whatnot, who are like trained killers. A lot of the same stuff. It kind of melds together, but he's got some extra little, that will kill you. Throat punches and stuff like that they might not allow in the UFC, that they don't even practice. That way it's not habit, in case you get into a situation, you get this guy on some illegal choke. Oh, shit. Woo. But, anyway. So very, very, intimidating dude. He's hyped up as hell. You can see he gets out, he takes his shirt off, which is pretty common. There's nothing really wrong with that. It's so the other opponent can't grab it. Maybe you don't want to get blood on it, either his or your own. Most likely it's a machismo move, Look at me. I've got the muscles, I've got the physique. And at some point, it looks like his pants were undone, Again, like I said, I just noticed that right now. That, that's not what I was thinking when I said that, but were you about to take your pants off and square off with 5 officers in your skivvies? Half-cocked, most likely, because of some sort of reaction, to either the natural adrenaline that's in your system and how you, handle that. Take to that, monster boy, or you got some drugs in your system that are kind of helping with that, or what's? No, I don't mean that. I mean, you know, because it looked to me like, you know, you took your shirt off. I mean, because I saw when they walked up, the dude was like, "Hey, take your hands off your," you know, he's playing the authoritative role, you know. I was a SEAL, y'all just cops, you know, and just keep your hands where you can see them, officer. And I was like, this isn't gonna work. But yeah, what the fuck? And I guess his brother was a capper, and I don't know if he was, you know, ended or what, and he was a, you know, former SEAL. Gosh, he's like, I'm gonna do some push-ups. And he's just doing this shit. And later he's like holding his hand, kind of like in the, like it's a rubber bander. I see all you, and he's clearly kind of, he's high on his own shit. He thinks he's the shit. Are you scared? Are you scared? Be honest. You know, it's like, this guy knows, you know, he's a monstrous beast who has got the height, got the weight, got the strength, got the training, got the killer instinct, has ended people either by the pulling of a mechanism or you know, an extension of his body, you know, a blade, or with his bare hands. This is a very dangerous dude who is up on as hell, either, like I said, on his own shit naturally, or a combination. But you know this dude does push-ups naked with an erection in front of the mirror, and then this guy is a pain in the ass. You know, and he's your pain in the ass right now for the time being. Go ahead and call for some more backup. Let's go ahead and get 10 dudes out here. And they got their tasers first, you know, and then this and the other. But anyway, I'm thinking out loud. I know what I'd do, because the guy's like, "You gonna tase me?" I'd be like, "Yeah, Chris, I am." And then after that, if that doesn't stop you and we can't get a hold of you, I'm gonna shoot you, Chris. All right, please don't make me do that. Okay? I'm not backing up, Chris. Do not play that game with me, you know, and I wouldn't. I would stand my ground. I would not step back a foot. You know? It's on body cam, you know. Once he got within, you know, arm's distance, then tasers, you know, and he'd rip them off, and then, you know, I'd step back a foot. Chris, you know, and the rest of them, I'd be like, you know, y'all, fuck, where were your, you know, you guys rush him and do your shit, you know, tase him. Let's get this animal under control, okay? This is a buffalo of a man, right? He's a bear. He's not a buffalo, he's a bear. So, you know, but yeah, you ain't gonna fucking you're gonna push me around, big man. But and state your intentions and all that shit, you know. And they probably would. They'd be like, was it preventable, you know? No, I'm here to end this shit. And I'd state that all for the record. Chris, you're not gonna fucking bully me. You're not gonna, you know, I ain't stepping back, right? This is what's going to happen. We're here to get this under control. If we have to discuss this downtown, we can discuss this downtown. We can discuss this here. Now, I know you're up on something. You know, you're having whatever. You're drinking tonight. You know, you're yelling. We're here to stop that, right? But I'm telling you, Chris, you are not in control of this situation. We are, okay? Understand that right now. Damn, I would too. Hoorah, hoo. So let the iPhone show. You ain't shit. All right. Yeah, that's usually the standard you know, reaction, especially in the civilized world. Situation like that, you know, where you're like, your heart's da-da-da-da, you know, and you're not quite sure if you're in fight or flight mode, like if you're a bystander, you're one of the cops who's kind of off, you know, just sort of like, everybody else is just sort of doing the talking. I just got the call, I'm here. Please don't approach me, Chris. He doesn't know me. You know, so you're like really focusing on not, you know, your body language and stuff. You know, you're like, oh no, I will back up. You can back me all the way down to fucking Sycamore Street. I'll turn and run, you know, or whatever. Well, he probably rubber banded before that, but you know, you're dealing with a dude who is just, oh man. So, but anyway, my large and charge ass would show up on that and be like, fuck you. No, Chris, I ain't got all night either. This isn't going to drag out for 30 minutes. And I might say that too, you know, of you yelling and shit. You're either going to get yourself under control and we can talk this out calmly here, or, you know, this is going to get worse, okay? But you're not going to buffalo and bully all of us. Not me, not my, you know, fellow officers. You're going to calm down. All right? We don't want to hurt you. We don't want to do none of that. We don't want to arrest you. But you walking up and saying, you scared, you think you're hard, this, that, and the other. I don't need to be hard. We got the drop on you, Chris. We will win. I will win. Either me individual or all of us. Calm down, Chris, please. You know, this, that, and the other, you know. I'm so hard. I should be a cop. Anyway, I thought of that. I mentioned that now that I'm 11 minutes in, because one time, this is a while ago, this guy was like it was on TV, and he had like he was a kind of a workout dude, and he had a chest like that guy, you know. Like I said, in the arms department, not gonna lie, I mean, maybe it's because it's me, but like I said, I think that guy, you know, when he started, you know, he's a chest dude, his own chest. He's probably not gay, but he's probably a little gay, like mostly towards himself. I am not joking, you know. He probably jacks it in front of the mirror after doing push-ups and working out naked. Just a hunch. Don't know that, but you know. Especially because like it's like, okay, you took your shirt off, but when did you unbutton your pants, Chris? Please tell me you weren't getting ready to yank them fuckers off and you know, go, hopefully not go commando, but you know, you know, you're in your He-Man get up or whatever. Holy shit. But he's got like a wide, you know, his pectoral muscles or whatever. And it reminded me of something that I heard this dude say one time about his chest. He's all, blah, blah, blah. I've got a chest the size of a woman's butt. And I thought, maybe your woman's butt. I remember I laughed out loud when I heard that. Man, that was probably like 60 years ago. I saw it on the black and white TV. Oh man, I was in the shack, you know, taking me. It was in the evening, right? It was cold out, you know. We had quit a little bit earlier that day up there, you know, mining for gold. I got my mule and stuff, you know, just watching the old black and white TV, just chilling before I eat some dinner, go to bed, get up at the crack of dawn, and you know, do the miner thing, just trying to carve out a living. It was either that, rob trains, you know, or be a cowhand. And the cowhand, the ranchers were kind of full. You know, I wasn't a cowhand, you know, but so I went to work in the mines. But anyway, yeah. Yeah. And that guy's got the same wide woman's butt chest. Right. Oh man. Well, maybe Mrs. Butthead. Damn. No, I had mentioned Cleeberry, you know, whatever. Oh shit. Yeah. like I said, I remember that. I was sitting out there. She walks out. This is new. Apparently I haven't looked at her ass. I'm like, how long did it take for that to happen? A couple months? Has it been that long? Damn. And just everything, all the weird shit that she did, you know, with her legs. And, you know, and she was, she was walking in front of me to the uniform shack. And or whatever, trailer. And again, I remember thinking, shit, you know, she's just about to the point where she's gonna have to slide sideways through the door, because there was another broad. Thank God she's gone. She was like a manager. Oh, speaking of being high on your own shit, she thought she was so smart. In the beginning, it was really bad. Like, she thought she could, like, think about two things at once. You can't. I mean, she would fuck up the most basic shit, like, on the regular. You know, and I don't know if she's a DEI push or what, but they actually, they promoted her, right? It's like, here, I'm talking shit. Well, you know, I work for a corporation, you know, so they're trying to get their claws into whatever they need to do, you know, to you know, keep up the you know, the status quo. Because like I said, I've talked to people, managers at places that I deliver, where it's like, no way, just like they are genuinely stupid. Like, they don't understand basic concepts of, like, the world and how it works, you know. And this has happened on multiple occasions where it's like, yep, you're here because, you know, you're the right, this, that, or the other. You are not qualified for this position. So, I've seen it probably 4 or 5 times, you know, where it's like, whoa, how do you guys, like, even succeed, you know? Why are you not getting a visit, you know, from, like, the regional manager saying, okay, well, what's happening? How come things aren't, you know, working? You know, maybe they are, you know, maybe there's somebody delegated to that. Hey, we got unqualified people. We're going to have to create a team of people to send out periodically when they're not making their numbers or whatever. Because we really got to keep up the appearances, you know, or whatever, you know, or the numbers, you know. And I hate to sound like that guy, but, you know, you know, either, you know, get up to speed. I'm all for that, you know, but I mean, you got to get it done. But anyway, so that's just made me think of that. So, and then just right now, I don't know if it was AI or whatever, but a little short Jordan Peterson thing had mentioned Jocko Willink, who was a SEAL, and how when he was in, he wanted to be like a, you know, kind of dispenser of terror, you know, for the enemy. So he'll find it good. And then he realized he kind of has like a paternal thing going on, and rather than wreck shit, he would rather build other young men up. And Jordan Peterson was like, yeah, that's the patriarchal instinct or whatever. But he had mentioned that like 4% of like 4-year-olds steal, bite, and hit, and that they have to be like socialized, you know. And he had mentioned that some people can't do it. They can't get their kids under control. And again, you don't want to be like abusive. They're a child, so you don't want to, like, you know, be like, you listen here, boy, this is what you're gonna do, god damn it, you know. But you need to be like firm yet gentle, and you might need to just because I was kind of, you know what I mean, I just I'd be such a good father and cop. There's a hoe or two or 7 out there like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to go change my panties listening to you talk about what you do in certain situations. I'm not in love with you, but I'm in love with the idea of you, but I'd really like to be in love with you. I know, ladies, I know. But anyway, you know, I remember being a kid. I remember going down that route. I remember my dad talking to me saying, you're gonna go to jail. you think you're tough, there's always somebody tougher. You know, and this, that, and the other. Not that I was a tough guy or anything, but, you know, just I remember having those conversations, you know, like, well, kind of like that cop thing, you know what I mean? You want a smart mouth, you know, the cop who shows up, they're going to slam you on the ground, put you in handcuffs, stuff you in the back of the car. You know, he never specifically said that, but that's like the type of stuff that he would say, you know? And I remember being like, I don't care, you know? So... But it was kind of interesting that he said that, because you're dealing with a toddler who's and biting and throwing and stuff, and you know, it's interesting, you know, to be a parent, because you need to train up a child in the way they should go. That is your job in life, is to produce a human being that can stay out of trouble and function and pursue happiness and contentment, and have the toolbox to manage. If you're in a bad way, if you're depressed, you find a way to not be depressed, or at least content. You know, and find some things to to get you through life. And or you can get drunk and start yelling, you know, or whatever. But humans are interesting creatures. You know what I mean? And it got me thinking about that. You know, 4 years old. Why is that kid like that? You think the father was like that? The mother was like that? The granddad, an uncle? Is it some sort of genetic component where you've got this wild child? You know? And he was saying that the parents, you know. So that was just sort of interesting that it went from you know, 240-pound grown man who served his country, you know, and faced down fear and death and combat and all that. You know, pretty solid dude, but now he's acting like a goddamn 6-year-old throwing a fit. And then 180, you've got a, you know, 4-year-old acting like a demonic 6-year-old throwing a fit, you know, and kind of interesting. Humans. Fuck them, and anybody like them. And in closing, look, I know everybody's looking at me with, you know, jealous envy. Hey, you're probably thinking to yourselves, he's got a chest the size of a woman's butt. Your woman's butt.